Alright, we have Visual Studio Code and we're going to show an example of doing a web API in its simplest form. So let's start off with .NET new web API. Alright, looks like it gives us everything with Swagger, which is nice. That way we can test it. HTTPS redirection to always try to be secure, and they have an endpoint. Alright, looks pretty simple. Let's see if it runs. There we go, that's nice. Runs good right out of the box. We can execute it, and it even shows us the curl command, which is nice if you're going to use Postman or something to, set up a series of tests. So let's close this out, but stop this guy from running. And we can clean up most of this. Let's go ahead and get rid of most of this for now, and we'll show an example of how we would really do it. We'll get rid of this, get rid of this mapping, app run, and we'll get rid of that. That looks pretty good. And what we'll do is add us a controller folder. Let's see, new folder, we'll call it controllers. And in here we can add a new file, and let's call it weather controller.cs. Did I spell it right? Yeah, looks like it did all right. All right, pretty simple. So what we can do is let's see, let's add some features to the program first. So what we'll add is to the builder services, builder.services add controllers. There it is. That way we'll look up what controllers we have. And let's see, we've got the build, we're testing our environment, so we don't want to use this in production, obviously. You want people crawling your website and slowing it down. That wouldn't be too good. And then we want to add app.use routing. That way we can set a route in our controller to hit our controller method. And then we will do app.mapControllers. So we can map our controllers. And that's all we'll need to put in our program CS. We can come back here now, and we can say, like if we were going to do a route up top for it, it'd be like route, and then we would specify, a path. Normally you'd do like API, and then we could say like, whatever the controller name is, and then, maybe, whatever action we're taking. That way it'll, keep it nice and clean. Did I get the right number of brackets in there? Yeah, that looks right. Yeah, and this is an API controller. I like that. Added that for our using statements. That's real nice. And then we can start off with our public controller, our public class, which is our weather controller. Of course, it extends controller base. There we go. Looks pretty good. Then we can have our C controller in here. Of course, we're not going to have any parameters passed to it because we're not injecting anything to it yet, but maybe later we'll inject, Entity Framework database context, which is nice to do. And then we can say, like, we can do, let's just do an HTTP GET for now. And then we'll say, like, public async task. We're going to return, a JSON result. And then we'll call it get weather, and maybe we'll have a variable to pass in, like number of days. All right. Oh, look at that. Doesn't look right. Oh, that's because I'm silly. Should not put that inside the constructor. All right. Let's see if we can't make this look better. I don't like that. Let's just, we already have. There we go. Otherwise, got to get confused on those kind of things. This is an HTTP GET. There's nothing wrong with this. We've got everything in place for it. Oh. That's because it messed up our naming because we had a constructor because I'm a goofball. And, just for now, for our example, we'll just, go ahead and return a new JSON result. And, we can say, like, pass the variable back, $sign. We'll say number of days selected. Put number of days here. Okay. That doesn't look too bad at all. Should run. Should take us to API, weather, and our action, which is get weather. This all looks good. Let's give it a try. All right, show me the magic. All right, yep, we got our API, weather, get weather. We got our number of days here now. Pass in 7, execute, and it responds with number of days selected. So we've done our first get. This looks pretty good, pretty simple. I think anybody should be able to do this. Let's now what we would do normally if we're doing business code, we'll add some database connections. We'll probably pull some data, and then we'll probably want to make that data presentable to be viewed. So why don't we do that in the next episode? We'll go ahead and add the CRUD layer. So we'll do a get so we can select everything, and then we'll do posts for adding a record in a database and deleting a record and updating a record, but sometimes easier just to do upserts that handle both updates and adding new rows. But let's see how that goes.